So we're here at a development site just in southeast Queensland between Victoria Point and Cleveland. And if you look in the background, you can see a number of large machines like bulldozers, earth movers, backhoes, dump trucks, things of that nature. Obviously, they have decided to develop here, and this is a classic example of land use cover change. So what's happened is this area was previously a paddock. You can see a couple hallmark features of that paddock. For example, you can see barbed wire fencing to keep the cattle or horses in. You can see a line of trees, for example, that acts as a wind-blocking wall of sorts. And you can't quite see it from here, but there's a pond for animals to be able to drink from. And all of that has been replaced by suburban housing estate land uses. So presumably this area has been rezoned, and you can see the fence here blocking off the construction machines moving to level the earth, prepare it for development. And if we were to come back here in 6 months to 12 months, presumably this would be a suburban housing estate built at quite a high density. So if you look behind me, you'll see a large shed. The shed not too long ago was used as part of a farm for either pig farming or chicken farming. That's pretty characteristic of this area, where you have food being produced for metropolitan food markets. It's obviously past its prime. It's been abandoned, and if you look over to my right, you'll see a housing estate is going up. So again, this is pretty characteristic in this area, where you can see that they're 50% pre-sold, and they are actively converting what used to be paddock and pasture land into suburban housing estates, and will presumably be inhabited by suburban residents within the next 6 to 12 months. So behind me is a paddock or a pasture. You can see some horses in it. This would have been used for agricultural purposes. It may have been a cattle farm or a dairy farm, and you can see the landscape has been totally denuded. That would have happened several generations ago. You can see the farmhouse is quite old at this stage. It's very likely that this will be sold off to developers in the near future. I would guess within the next decade. And again, it will be converted to housing estate as the region looks to accommodate a growing population.